Welcome to the inaugural, that's a hard word to say,
For
Shark
you.
Bites, all right?
Yeah.
I'm here with Coach Jason Gibson and White Island Wings, eating some great wings. Tell me what you think about this place, man.
I love the place. I love the first time I saw it. I remember thinking, first thing I thought was the colors are great because my wife loves the colors. But the wings are outstanding. They're all baked. They don't fry anything. I remember talking, they don't even have a fryer in the building.
So, no.
At all. Nothing's fried. So everything's baked.
So, all right. Island Wings, great place to come out. We're here every Tuesday night at
Southside Boulevard.
7 o'clock to record this. So come on out and support us every Tuesday night. I'm sure you're on the Sharks newsletter. If you're not, you should be. We'll be giving all the details out there. But what I really want to talk about now, Coach, is football. How about that?
Yeah, it's close, man.
It's
getting on a plane soon. We'll be talking about, wins, I hope.
What is it you're expecting? What are you looking to see?
It's a lot of pressure because this is the Jacksonville Sharks. So
right.
I mean, I don't think I've been this nervous since the day I got married. So, it's a lot, but I expect to win.
Okay.
I expect to win.
So national championship.
I expect to win.
Always. Right? Okay, cool.
Anything less is a failure. So
all right, cool.
I expect to win.
Well, you got it. You heard it here first. Let's rewind a little bit.
Sure.
Talk to me a little bit about your background. Where did you come from? How this whole thing come about with you being here in Jacksonville?
It's, the short version without boring people is, Jacksonville does it right. I remember coming here as a visiting coach and watching the fan base and the crowd and the energy and the entertainment, thinking, holy cow, this is the creme de la creme, right? And so
we can get loud in the Shark Tank.
It can. And I think I've only won there once in 5 years. And so, I used to come down in the off season and pick their brain. How did you do this? How did you do that?
Yeah.
You do this really well, you know, and
sure.
stuff like that. And we just kind of in a business relationship. And then one day, one of the owners said, "Hey, do you like to live near palm trees?" And I thought, I don't know. Are you being serious? And he said, "Are you being serious?" And he said, "I am serious." And it just kind of went from there. And
cool.
I had to go get my assistant coach, which is my wife, and said, "Let's go check this place out." And the rest is history. And here we are.
Here we are. So, talk to me about the team this year. What is it? What are some of our challenges? What are some of the outstanding things?
When I tried to build a team, I wanted to build a team that would represent the city, that was high caliber players but high caliber character.
Right.
And I've been blown away so far with the guys we have, the way they act, their ability. No disrespect, but on paper, it's the best team I've ever had.
Really?
So, but paper doesn't win games.
Well, I guess we'll see later.
Yeah, we'll
right?
find out. But paper doesn't win games.
What so far has been your biggest challenge, player-wise?
Biggest challenge, player-wise, deciding which ones can't stay.
Oh, okay.
That's the hardest part. That's the worst part of the job. Is telling.
Well, that's kind of a good problem to have.
It is a good
isn't
problem.
Yeah.
Plus, this is such a good market, such a good team, such a good organization.
Right.
I'm not bending over backwards to find players.
Right.
They're bending over backwards to find us. And that's how I want it to be. And I want this to be the destination. I want guys to come here, not want to leave. I'm telling you, I got some guys, when they play one time in that Shark Tank, you're going to be hooked.
It's crazy in there,
I've
isn't it?
never seen anything like it. If you haven't been,
you got to go.
If you haven't been there, you got to go. If you haven't been on the wings, you got to go.
Yeah. Well, hey, and those two things go together like peanut butter and jelly right now.
They do now.
So, are there any positions that have been difficult to fill on the field?
Well, everybody asks the same question: who's the quarterback? Who's the quarterback? Who's the quarterback? That's the driving question. Quarterback drives every flag game, from flag football to college to NFL to high school.
Right.
And we got 2 or 3 rookie quarterbacks on the roster. They're good guys. They're good players, and I'm going to teach them the game. At some point, everybody was a rookie. And
Right.
you can't just go out and sign everybody else's veteran quarterback and just kind of throw patchwork in it for 1 year, and then you turn around the next year and then you got to find another quarterback.
Right, because you're on the
Always turning it over.
Yeah.
So I know quarterbacks. I can coach them up. And so I just got to make sure I can find the talent, and get the talent, and bring them in. And I've surrounded them with an outstanding defense, an outstanding offensive defensive line to be able to put them in a position to play.
They have some receivers maybe that can catch a ball.
Oh, we got receivers.
Good.
We got some receivers.
Because the one without the other don't.
Right. We got some receivers. A good quarterback can make a great receiver.
Talk to me a little bit about your experience with the fans in Jacksonville so far.
Before I came here or after I came here?
After you came here.
Okay.
Because before we know you were already intimidated. You had to
They
be.
hated me.
Of course they
I
did.
mean, we got hate stuff, and social media stuff. I'm like, man, I'm not.
You enjoy talking to the fans on the wall. You have to
Well,
admit.
you know what? But I respect the fans because I respect the fact that somebody is taking their disposable income and coming out to the Shark Tank and spending an evening with us.
Right.
And if it wasn't for the fans, and I've been harassed, me and my wife talk about this all the time. I tell her stories of things that people say that I'm not going to say on camera.
You won't repeat
I
now?
will not repeat it. And that's what's great about arena football is
Sure.
being this
You're so
close to
close.
somebody and being able to give somebody a piece of your mind.
Yeah.
And I
Or two
respect it.
pieces. Or
Yeah. But, you know, without them, I wouldn't have a job.
Right.
And so you make it fun. And that's what's great about arena football. That's why I've been doing it for 20, however many years.
Years.
And that's what makes it great. But since I've been here, the fans here are outstanding. I mean, you know, it's a little bit of a pressure that I've never felt because I really feel obligated and pressured to make sure we win for them.
Okay.
You know,
And live up to the
I
standards
really
of the
do.
fans.
I mean,
Okay.
you know, you have your ownership and your bosses and all that, and I get that.
Sure.
And I'm really not too worried about the winning part. But I really feel obligated for the fans that there's a really good tradition at the Shark Tank.
Sure.
And I better live up to it.
They really are very passionate.
Right. No, it's been great. It's been great.
So what's your favorite thing about Jacksonville so far as a city? Don't say Island Wings.
I was gonna say Island. My favorite thing about the city, I can't pick the beach. I'm a beach guy.
Sure.
I'm a beach guy. It's a quiet gym. I grew up in Maryland, and everything was Ocean City, Myrtle Beach, Daytona Beach.
Oh, yeah.
You never even heard of Jacksonville Beach. And we came out here, me and my family one day, said, let's just go check it out. We walked out there and thought, holy cow, look at this place.
Right.
And so that's been great, and the people have been great. It's I heard it 100 times. It's the smallest big city in the country.
It absolutely is, even though it is the largest city
In the country. It's somehow,
By
some way,
landmass.
everybody kind of knows everybody.
Oh, yeah.
As big as a place this is.
Yeah, we don't need LinkedIn. Tonight, when folks are watching the game, what's one thing you want them to see?
I want the fans to see us playing physical. I want them to see our guys flying around, dominating with physicality. I don't know how the game's going to turn out. It's arena football. It's crazy bounces.
Right.
You know, off the net, whatever. But we're going to play physical, and we're going to play hard, and that's what football is. It's an alpha sport.
Yeah.
Where guys get to go out there and one-on-one or you know, and improve who's stronger.
Right. Well, I'm glad you brought up the net because that's back
Right.
this season. How does that make you guys feel? How's that change things up?
I mean, I'm an old guy, so I played on them 20-something years ago. So a lot of these guys either weren't born or they hadn't played on them yet. So it's going to be great for the fans.
Yeah.
It keeps the ball in play. Anybody's been to an arena football game, a true arena game with the nets,
I love the net.
it's great. I can't wait. I'm excited. We need to practice on them, so that's priority number one.
The nets and the deuce make kicking actually
kicking real.
Right. I think that's fun.
That's entertainment to the
Yeah,
game.
for sure. Well, I tell you what, we're going to go to a little break, and after that, Coach will be talking to one of our awesome players.
A season of excitement and fun with the Sharks is here. And it's you, our fans, who give us the strength to fight for victory and our final goal. Your Jacksonville Sharks are back, and they're chasing a ship. Get your tickets today.
Paradise at Island Wings. This is not my setting doing this,
No,
so this is
definitely
a
not.
little different. Here on the CW, I'm sitting here with the first person that I called. Were you the first one I called?
Yeah, I believe so.
I was. So I got the roster, I got the job, I came in, I looked down the roster, and I started circling people that I wanted to sign. And I don't even remember the first thing we talked about. Do you?
You asked me if I was committed and what do I feel about the program. It was really small talk. We had to get a feel for each other, but definitely was a good conversation at
What
first.
were you thinking now that we're on camera live? Because I never really asked you this. What were you thinking? Like, okay, this guy was talking about. Hey, I'll give it a chance. I just want to play. What were you really thinking?
If I'm being honest with you, why are you at? Why are you at?
Cameras looking.
Why are you? Why are you at Columbus? I remember always playing Columbus, and they had a very feisty team every time. So like, I already knew the energy that you were bringing to the team and stuff like that. I just wanted to make sure that, you know, I don't know, I just kind of, we fit the mold, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I wanted to make sure that everything was going to roll smoothly, because just like anything, being a player, being a coach, you play for a long time, you know, you want to make sure that everything rolls smoothly, especially with new transition with the program.
Quick, tell everybody if they don't know, because I don't know the story. I just know you played at FAU.
Yeah. Played at FAU, graduated in 2018, came out, went to the Jags rookie camp. A wonderful experience, you know. A lot of people haven't made it to that level, so I definitely was appreciative of that. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, and kind of just went through the ranks as far as just trying to find like what I'm gonna do. You know, I hit that fork in the road too. I can say at the end of 2018, I hit that fork in the road. It's like, all right, am I gonna get a job, or am I gonna play? Am I gonna try to keep playing? And I definitely prayed about it, and something came upon me. It was basically like, you know, just keep trying.
Right.
Later that year, and going into 2019, I went to the spring league, finished that. It was a 2-week showcase in Austin. Right when I was leaving that, Charlie called me, and Charlie and I are really good friends. Been knowing each other for years. He was like, "Hey, you still playing football?"
And he dragged you in.
Yeah, I was like, "I'm out in the spring league right now. I'll be back home." I think it was a week. He was like, "All right, after you rest your body, come out." And I was the type of guy, I came out, I went to the arena football games when I was younger. I went to Jacksonville Sharks games. I enjoyed being there, but I never thought myself.
What'd you think about it? Because I have a 10-second story about that of my first arena game. So your first arena game, you go in the building, lights on. Was it in the Shark Tank?
It was in the Shark Tank. I remember it to this day. I was really good friends with these season ticket holders. We went to a tailgate,
Right.
Went through the whole shebang. I was like, I didn't even know that this was like this. Got into the stadium, there's at least 10,000 people in there, booming, loud. You know what I mean? It was just
This was as a player or as a
This
fan?
was as a fan.
What was your first game like as a player? When you walked out in that building?
Oh, headlights, deer in the headlights. Definitely really big eyes, but I like how Jacksonville, the fan base is what really motivates the team and gets us going, and the energy that filled the stadium quickly, all that went away.
Right.
Once you get in that moment, you know, it was eye-opening.
So going into the season, we've been in camp. Obviously, it's a pre-recorded. We got a game tonight, so we're probably on the field.
Yeah.
For having this. But seeing what we've got, where we're at, and not being biased because I'm sitting here. What do you see? Where do you see it going? What are the positives that you feel like, okay, we got something special?
I see a group that's committed. You know, especially with the game that we play, it's really easy to get distracted. So the group of guys that you have brought in, it's everybody's on the same page. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to be the next man up is definitely there. You know what I'm saying? If anybody goes down or anything like that. So I think the most positive thing that I've seen is as a group, you know, we've grown as a group ever since the beginning of the camp. The events that we go to as far as going to church together, sitting down, eating together, doing things like this, you know, it really, that team camaraderie, it builds, you know?
It does.
So,
Yeah, well, you know, it's weird like that too, because just talking to my wife about sometimes, you know, you got to do things. I thought the church thing at University Christian, which is home of our practice facility, those little things add up, and you spend a lot of time with somebody.
yeah.
You know, it just builds that bond, and you have a tendency to.
I think the best thing I could compare it to is that energy that I felt when I went to a Sharks game when I was in high school. I can kind of see that starting to build again now, where they're going out, they're tailgating again, filling up the stadium early. You know, it's like bringing that energy back and everything that you need to start the season with good momentum and go get a championship. Because at the end of the day, that's the end goal.
So, what do you think? Where does this thing end up?
Where does it end up?
Where does it end up?
I'm biased on that. Another one.
Another ring.
Another one.
I got to get one. Before we get out of here, Who you giving a shout out to? Mary, kids?
First and foremost, I'm giving a shout out to my wife, Maylene Solomon. After that, it's gonna be my mom. And then I gotta go to my core group of people, you know, season ticket holders, my cousin, my aunt, my nana, my papa, you know, they come to almost every game, diehard Jacksonville Sharks fans. But those are my core group, you know, and everybody that I've really met throughout the years. It's a blessing being able to be a part of a program and home.
Well, I want the season to turn out. Definitely can't do it without you, so I'm a little biased towards you. So if somebody asks you 20 years from now, who's the first guy, you're the one. So
I appreciate it,
man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Season. So we'll be right back with Joe. A couple more players.
A season of excitement and fun with the Sharks is here. And it's you, our fans, who give us the strength to fight for victory and our final goal. Your Jacksonville Sharks are back, and they're chasing a ship. Get your tickets today.
So welcome back to the Island Wings. I have Shaquille Holiness with me, man.
Yes, sir.
So talk to me about your position, how you ended up here in Jacksonville, and then I also want to hear some dirt about Coach. Not necessarily in that order.
All right, so I played defensive end.
Yeah.
Started playing tight end last year. Had a good season at it. So
Had a good season at it. Had a great season at it.
had a good season, so it's kind of been haunting me, I guess, now.
Haunting?
Yeah, can't get away from offense now. Started off as a DN, now but defensive end is still my main position.
Cool.
Yes.
Very cool,
Yes,
very
yes.
cool.
I don't mind playing offense at all.
I'll bet you don't. So talk to me about how you came to be here in Jacksonville.
Shoot, I like the atmosphere. I played in Orlando, so this is
Oh
our
my gosh,
rivals. Yeah,
he's one of those guys.
yeah. So
The Preds, I mean, it's an in-state rivalry, you know. It's a love-hate relationship.
yes, sir. So I came here for the rivalry game, and I just loved the atmosphere once
Sure.
I came here.
Yeah.
And I was just
Hooked.
stunned.
Sharks ain't nothing like it.
Nothing like it.
I mean,
Nothing like
we
it.
say that over and over again. You guys here in Jacksonville don't know how spoiled you are, really. Because you can go to some places where it's like crickets.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Come out here.
it's like a whole other world, right? So what's your favorite part about playing the game?
Honestly, probably the brotherhood you build.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know. I knew some of the guys from playing against them, but I didn't personally know them.
Right?
Now from being here about 2.5 weeks, I done built a brotherhood with them. Like I've been here for 2-3 years.
Really?
Yes.
That quickly?
Yes.
That's awesome to hear.
Yes.
So we're going to have that kind of brotherhood by the end of the season,
Yes,
you
sir.
think?
Yes, sir, for
I
sure.
like it, okay.
For sure.
Because you like wings too, right?
Sure. Yeah, love wings. Love wings.
So tell me, what should we expect to see from you in these first few games? From you?
For me, what I usually do, I get after the quarterback.
Light it up, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Get after the quarterback, get sacks.
Get
Lead the league
sacks.
in sacks.
And that's what you're looking to hold the record again, right? You want to lead the league,
Yes, sir.
lead the league in sacks. This man.
Yes, sir.
And hey, we want you to do that. You know that, right? So, ask you this question: What do you want What do you want from the fans? This is for you guys. Look right at them. Tell them what you want.
I would love for the Shark Tank to just be packed out all season. The support. Y'all are perfect as y'all are. So y'all don't need to change anything.
Just show up.
Just show up.
Gotta love it. Hey, and a little side note: come out on Tuesdays to Island Wings and help us when we're recording
Yes,
this. We need some more fans out
Need
for
some
this.
more fans. And the wings is good too.
You gotta come
Good
out. Well, listen, I'm going to say this to everybody out there. This man said it right. Show up, come out, give them your love. And I guess we'll do is I'll pitch it over to Coach. after the break, and he'll have somebody awesome to talk to, and you guys, I hope, will be listening.
A season of excitement and fun with the Sharks is here. And it's you, our fans, who give us the strength to fight for victory and our final goal. Your Jacksonville Sharks are back, and they're chasing a ship. Get your tickets today.
Gibson Shark Bites here at Island Wing, home of the baked wings. Been munching them after during the break. We got here today. First of all, obviously there's somebody new in here that I wasn't expecting. Who is this, and what position does he play?
This is my boy James. He was born on February 6th, so he's 2 months old. He's going to be an offensive lineman for sure. His big brother. Yeah, that's what his big brother played.
Okay.
You know.
So, David. We got here David Gilbert, fullback, linebacker, DN, havoc wrecker, touchdown scorer from the University of Miami. We have a little bit of a history going back. Can't remember how many years. But you stood me up like a blind date a couple of times. You know that, right?
Yeah, I remember that, man. I'm not proud of it, but when they said Coach Gibson was coming to Jacksonville, I was like, man, listen, this guy's wanted me on the team for a long time. It's either going to be a good thing or it's going to be a bad thing. Let me make sure I show up this time, and we'll go from there. But
I still didn't think you were going to show up. But
really?
No, I don't know.
No, man. Listen, I'm glad that happened like
Good,
that.
Man. I'm glad you're here. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun season for us. So, what have you seen? You've been a couple places, right? Because I know you played here. What are the other places you've been to?
Well, I played in the other league. Right. That we don't talk about. We don't talk about that other league. But I was playing in Salt Lake City, and I played in Colorado as well, and playing defensive end in those leagues. But indoor is indoor, right?
Does anything compare to the Shark Tank in Jacksonville?
No, absolutely not. I was blown away by the franchise. I was blown away by the opportunity, and it was like nothing I ever seen. Obviously, it's a small-time market for arena, but not here.
Not here.
No.
I've always told stories the whole time about the Shark Tank and me being here as a fan, but I specifically remember a conversation. We were on the bus, I called my wife up, and I'm talking about the game, of course, and she's like, that atmosphere was incredible. I'm like, yeah, I know. When am I? It was outstanding. And so I'm excited. I'm excited for next week, April 15th, against whoever we play. I don't even know. That's the true coach speech. But I'm excited for us to get there. I'm excited to see what you guys can do. I thought you had an unbelievable training camp. You came in shape. And what are you looking forward to the most during the season?
Well, I will say that from my experience with you coaching with that other team last year, I got to experience firsthand what a tremendous coach you are, because you guys had no business beating us.
David, you're already on the team. You don't have to.
But seriously, to get that experience and to be on the other side is one thing, but then to have that same professionalism and strategy and organization, and to have it for me, it's very encouraging, and it pushes me to be better. You pushed me to be better so far.
I appreciate it, man. I needed that today. I'm dragging a little bit. So, what about as far as expectations for yourself? Where do you see this going? Obviously, you're your new dad. So, what do you hope to get out of this season? What do you hope to get out of football? What do you hope to get out of it relationship-wise? And that's just something that we talk about with players. It's not just football. It's about building relationships and building stuff outside of football. What's your goals? What are you trying to get out of this?
Well, we talked about it a little bit, but remember, you told me your goal is for me to be first team All-NAL.
I remember that.
So me, I'm just the guy that I'm a big role player, and I know my role. My goal, my role is to come in and make plays. And since I play all over the field, that doesn't exclude me from anything. So whether it be a touchdown, rushing touchdown, catching touchdown, sack, forced fumble, big hit, big play on defense, special teams, I'm a big team guy. So I'm going to make the block 100% of the time so that my guys can do their 1/8. That's what I'm all about.
So what's your favorite play? It's got to, one of my favorite plays, and I'll say it on air, and I don't care. Stop it. Is that fullback flat. And you caught that fullback flat in practice, and I'm going to call it in the game. You just got to figure out when it's coming. But I can't wait to see you motor down the field and get in that end zone. So I'm excited about that. It's a great opportunity for me to coach you guys up. And like we talked about off camera, maybe one day I'll be coaching him too. I don't know if I can make it that long, but we'll see. So
He's already crying, Coach.
at that time, he's crying and said, "Where's Mama?" So good luck with the season, man. I appreciate it. We're going to have a great time. We'll be back to finish up the show. It's Coach Gibson, Island Wings, here on the CW.
A season of excitement and fun with the Sharks is here. And it's you, our fans, who give us the strength to fight for victory and our final goal. Your Jacksonville Sharks are back, and they're chasing a ship. Get your tickets today.
All right, we're back here at Island Wings with Coach Jason Gibson, and hey man, I want you to tell me one thing, one prediction. How are we going to do in tonight's game?
We need to win. We're going to win.
Not need. We're gonna, dude. I know we always need them.
And people believe what you do, not what you say.
All right, so show them.
We're just going to show them. I mean, you can sit there. It's like I told people when I come to Jacksonville. You can say one thing but do another. So actions speak louder than words, and let that play it out.
I love it. And I know you now well enough to know you're going to do your damnedest to make sure that happens.
Everything I can. Everything
Right?
in my power.
Well, we can't.
A famous thing I tell my family, I will figure out a way.
Well, we can't ask for much more than that, can we?
No, sir.
Well, I guess we should wrap this up and say, hey, come out to Island Wings Tuesday nights. We're going to be filming at 7 p.m. Love to have you here, be part of the show. We're going to be having more players, more you, Coach. I know you love it so much. And who knows, we might bring some of the fans on next time and talk to you guys while you're here. I think that might be a fun thing to do. What do you think?
It's a great place, great food.
See you next week.